Yeah.
I would do it like if I'm going to say hi, I'm like, namaste.
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 Okay. Hi, everybody. Today I am here with a very dear friend of mine named Shana, and she's going to help me to release some pent-up, stored emotions that I've been carrying around in my hips. So ladies, if you've been having hip problems, if you come from a family line of people in your family that need to have hip surgery or that are limping and having this kind of generational type of pain, it may be generational trauma, it may be your own trauma that you're storing in your body. Shana specializes in Thai massage, right?
Thai yoga massage, Thai massage, coming from a yogic background and yoga teacher training, we all know that emotions are stored in our hips. So I'm going to help you release some of those emotions.
Now, when you told me about the Thai massage, right? One of the things she said really scared me because she's like, it's going to hurt. She's like, it's meant to, it's going to hurt. Can you explain that a little bit?
So there are different types of Thai massages. Of course, there's the feel-good relaxation oil type massage. This is traditional Thai medicine massage, which stems from yogic practices. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start to affect the nerve endings. So the nerves, of course, channel all the way up through our spine. There are 10 Sen energy lines in traditional Thai massage. So I'm going to start to, when I do Thai massage on you, will start to affect those nerve endings. Of course, if there's any energy blockages, anything that is not in alignment, you have to release it. And through that release, there's a lot of pain. But imagine, let's say we've stored up, or you take a hose and you kink it, and it's just going to keep putting that pressure, where it becomes so painful. The minute I begin to release that hose so that the energy, the water can flow, our life force can flow again. But that initial point is going to be very painful, and then it releases, and then you'll feel blissful.
Which I've actually been in pain now anyway, so not that I want to jump into more pain, but anything to get that kind of release. And also, I know on my mom's side, my mom had hip problems. We just assumed it's because she had 8 babies, but it seems to be affecting some other people in the family. And even on my dad's side, my aunt just had hip surgery. So I definitely have something generationally on both sides, as well as any of my own emotions, any of my own stored traumas that I've been carrying in my hips that are affecting me. So this is an opportunity to being able to have this kind of service and this kind of a healing work is a way for you to kind of free yourself from the generational trauma, to clear it out of your body, and also any stored trauma of your own that you've been carrying.
Right. And we say that, things that we do carry could be ancestral and we don't even know it. So this is a moment of awareness. What am I carrying? What am I holding on to? What can I release? What no longer serves me? What no longer served my ancestors? I'm not going to carry this on. And so taking that awareness to your body is already a healing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Shana, can you tell people what your background is?
Yeah, so initially I started on this path of tuning into my body with Tai Chi, which was in the early 80s. And then later in the 90s, I found the yogic path, which was, if you look at it, it's several thousand years old. And yoga was not necessarily as what we know it today. Yoga is more how to stop the fluctuations of the mind, because the mind causes us the pain. Right? If we think, our stories
what we consent to be true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so with that, yoga was then used to calm our minds and to understand our thoughts. And then in getting in these certain postures, be it uncomfortable or not, what would our mind do to that posture? I like it, I don't like it. And therefore, then it starts the process of the thoughts. And so sitting in these postures would eventually take us back to our mindset and to understand our mind and to calm those down. And then yoga began to evolve in moving the energy. I mean, there's benefits upon benefits, not only physically, but breath work, detaching from your senses, all the way to samadhi, as they call it. So my background then started in yoga. I took yoga teacher training. I've done all sorts from Kundalini to Anusara, Ashtanga, Hatha, every form.
Where did your travels take you?
So my initial training was at a ashram in Thailand, from the oldest yoga school that is in Mumbai. So she is a disciple of that yoga school. And she opened up an ashram in Chiang Mai, and I lived in that ashram and got my yoga teacher training there. And then
That's amazing. What a fun journey.
Oh, that was an amazing journey. And then several years later, I wanted to deepen my practice, so I went back to India, to Rishikesh, which is another home of yoga in northern India. So I went back there and did an additional 100 hours and lived there and ate, drink, and slept yoga. So you live in that lifestyle.
Yes.
You wake up 5 a.m., you're meditating, then you're chanting, then you have your first yoga practice, and then you have your very mindful way of eating, which is a sattvic way of life, which that's a whole nother topic.
But you know, I can see that you still actually maintain that lifestyle.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, when I call her in the morning, I'm like, she's like, I'm in my practice. I have 2 more hours to do this, and then this, and then this. And so you actually maintain, you
Every
actually
morning.
live it every single day.
Every single day.
And I've been out to eat with Shana, and she is, just everything about your life is what you first began with on this journey. Like if we go to Mexican, she brings her own bag of cheese, you know.
Or I'm vegan.
Yeah.
Which is a sattvic way of living,
Yeah.
a mindful way of not causing harm on anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Shana is incredible. She lives here in Sedona. Right now, tell them where you're staying at.
So I'm living at a Zen meditation retreat. I've been here for a year now, and I'm building my own yoga studio in Sedona. It's called the Cocoon Space. So Kun comes from Kundalini, right? Our energy, our life force that flows through all of us. It is like our prana, our chi. And if that Kundalini is not traveling freely through our chakras, we're blocked. We're dis-eased. We have joint pain. We have, heart problems, liver, whatever, any part of, the problems that affect the body. So it is in dedication to the Kundalini, to that energy, that life force, that chi that flows through us to keep flowing. So it's Cocoon. So it's called the Cocoon Space. To you. Like to cheers.
Nice. And at this retreat space, tell them a little bit
This
about
is a
this one
Buddhist
here.
temple.
Yeah.
So I used to teach yoga at a Buddhist temple in Phoenix. So when I began my yoga, after my yoga teacher training, I never wanted to take it to a yoga studio for exercise. I wanted to keep it on its path of what is our mind doing, what is our body doing, and keeping it on that sacred journey, not to, disempower all the other yoga forms, but I wanted to only keep it at a space of meditation. So I taught yoga to the Buddhist nuns and the Buddhist laymen to deepen their practice and to bring yoga into their Zen Buddhist meditation practices. And then when I moved up here, so there's a nun living here at this temple, and when I moved up here, I came up here. I've done retreats up here. They're day-long retreats that she holds, so I continued to keep my yoga practices held to this Zen temple. And when she found out that I was moving to Sedona and was going to build, she says, "Why don't you live here at the temple while you build?" And I said, "Okay."
Yeah, and this is beautiful land. She's got just beautiful walkways and statuary and places that you can just sit and pray and meditate and tune in with nature. And right now we're actually in her tea house.
Yes.
And so explain this to people.
So a tea house is, in our practice, we do everything mindfully. So when you pour tea, you don't pour tea for the sake of pouring tea. You pour tea as you know, I am pouring, I'm staying present, I am here and now. And as you pour the tea, you contemplate, where does the water come from? So it comes from the clouds, right? And then it rains, and then it is filtered, and then it goes to the factories, and then all the people that, clean the water and produce the water, then it's delivered, or however the water is. You contemplate its presence. You contemplate the tea, all the people that pick the tea leaves. You know, so life is not just given to us. There's a process, and in that process, it's an appreciation, and then coming back and staying present. So a tea ceremony here in the tea house is another way to stay absolutely present, conscious, and aware of every action. And then when you drink the tea, where are your thoughts? Are you like, oh, I need to go to the grocery store, I need to fix dinner, oh, I forgot this, I like this tea, I don't like this tea, it's too hot, it's too cold. No, you drink the tea for what the tea is, and you stay present with the tea, so that the taste of the tea is only the taste, and stop your mind from saying, oh, where did she buy this? I would like to get some of this, and you're already out
Yes.
of the tea
Yeah,
practice.
just having total mindfulness and presence.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we do that here in the tea house. This is also I teach private yoga lessons here. And so it's a space of staying present. I come and I meditate in here. You can see the views.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. When we got here this morning, she opened it up. So we have a nice natural breeze coming through. The sun is on us. It's very private up here. It's very comfortable. And you even have like a little fan plugged in back here just to help with some of the airflow. Very, very private. And you take clients up here.
Yes, I
Yeah.
take clients up here.
Yep, and this is just outside of Sedona. So if you're around Sedona, if you want to come here to work with Shana, you have different programs to work with people, right?
Yeah,
On a continuing
it's
basis.
absolutely
Yeah.
individual.
Yeah. So we're going to put all of Shana's contact information below this video. And like I said, we're going to start my journey with healing and working this energy out of my hips, releasing any traumas. We may start slow today. I want to definitely learn some moves for, you said hip opening.
Yeah, hip openers.
Hip openers, because I noticed that I've been having issues, particularly with my hips, but mostly on the left side, also then to my knee, and that can travel down to my foot. And when it's happening, it's very painful. I don't like to take pain pills. So stretching doesn't really work, but it does work for me to swim. So this summer, I've been actually leaving town on a weekly basis, at least spending one night in a hotel with a pool, and I could get out and swim in the morning sun and really, I like to do the breaststroke and really move my hip in that full round motion, so that I'm doing, some good rotations there and really working that hip. And those are the best days for me. So I know that whatever Shana guides me to do will be really amazing and beneficial. And I'm just going to share this journey with you. I'll just check back in and let you know how it's going. And of course, I'll check back in with Shana. And as this continues on, and we'll just kind of share what's happening, and she can share her beautiful work with you.
Thank you.
So Shana just finished doing an incredible Thai massage with me, which she was right, was very painful, but we worked through it and released that pain. It was amazing.
How are you feeling?
I feel really good, really calm, really like zen. My body feels really flowing. Yeah.
So that's what we did. We opened up the energy channel. So we first started off with some hip openers, a little bit of yoga classes, first opening up the spine, flexing the spine to tell our bodies, hey, we're going to start to move it. We're going to start to move the energy, and we're going to start to affect the nervous system. So allowing, through spinal flexes and stretches, telling, we're going to begin to work this energy up. Start with that, and then we started with some hip openers, and I can show you later, Diana, if you want, the specific exercises for hip openers. So really bringing space into that area. Mm-hmm. So once we got to the Thai massage, that was already opened up, and then you can begin through the breath, releasing through our intention, releasing through the holding certain postures to where it's a little bit excruciating, a little bit painful, but breathing through that, you'll allow that emotional release. And again, with the intention behind to heal whatever it is that we're carrying that no longer serves us, be it trauma, emotions, ancestral, whatever it is, having that intention behind the movement, behind the posture, and through the breath, allowing the energy to flow out.
What was that you did when I had my leg up and you had your elbow on my foot?
Yeah.
And explain what that was releasing, that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is your main nerve ending. It's your life nerve. It starts here at the tip of your toe. So if you're ever having, this is a side note, ever having sciatic issues, hip, sciatic, whatever issues, that is your life nerve. So you're going to affect that life nerve. I'm going to stimulate it so it can begin to release and affect the rest of the body. So what I did was I made sure that life nerve was flexed, first of all. And then I put a pressure point on it so that I'm opening up any blockage. Just like kinking the hose, right? I'm going to kink the hose, and as soon as I release, you'll get that flow. So think of a river being dammed or something. When you know, it's building up, and as soon as you break that dam, it can flow again. So basically, I allowed your energy to flow.
And that was painful.
It was painful.
How do those things get kinked?
Through bad movement, bad posture, holding emotions and trauma, walking daily. You know, I walk a lot, right? Hiking. So if we don't realign our nerves, they will begin to kink up, and then they begin to dam up, and then it creates that pressure, that pain,
so
that dis-ease.
Yeah. So what are some of the best things people can do, like after? Like you told me today to drink 64 ounces of water to help flush.
So like flush toxins.
4 16-ounce bottles. I can do that.
Absolutely. So anytime that we go through any sort of, and I mean, that's all workouts. You want to drink water, right?
Yeah.
We just opened up a lot of centers in our body, and we're releasing a lot of toxins. So if we don't flush those toxins, where are they going to go?
Back in the tissue.
Back in the tissues. Back in there.
Yeah.
So we need to drink water. Water is cleansing. Water is purifying. Water is our source of life, right? So without water, we don't exist. Without air, of course. But we need water. So water is a way to flush all of that, which we just opened up. So, you know, we got it stirring, and we can stir it up. And if we don't flush it out, it's going to stir up and then settle right back down again. So we're going to stir it up, open up the centers there, and then flush it. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Also through the breath. You can let things
So
go.
what do you think? Do you mostly see women carrying emotional trauma in their hips?
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, men genetically are stiff unless they start at an earlier age. But because women are 16 times more emotional in their strength and in their abilities than men, we carry a lot more. We hold on to a lot more.
Does it have anything to do with woman issues such as, you know, childbearing?
I was just going to say, I mean, we are the ones, the holder of these, of the procreation, right? So what we carry and store here in our navel centers, in our hips, and because of that, of course, we're going to carry all that trauma.
Okay. So how often would you recommend somebody come to see you for this type of healing?
Come see me, get some pointers, go through the class once a week, and then go home and just do a few of them on your own. It's not that you have to become a yogi and do yoga, an hour every day, but allowing your hip, if you're storing a lot, you have to keep it moving. It's not like a one-time heal all. I'll give you pointers, and then you go home and you do it on your own.
Mm-hmm. I could tell today, like some of the points that you had, some of the postures, it was excruciating. It was like, oh,
yes. Can you go?
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what I could compare it to, because it wasn't like muscular pain. It was more like intense, like.
It's a pain unknown to us, right?
Yeah, it is. I don't know what I can compare it to. It's not like you poke
your finger, you cut your finger, you stub your toe. It's none of that. These are our nerve centers, right? And I was affecting your nerve energy lines.
Yeah.
And so that is something that if it's blocked, it's going to cause more pain.
Yeah.
The less it's blocked, the less painful it is.
Yeah. But I could tell when it released.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you were like climbing on me like a monkey with on my leg, and it was at one point so painful you couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you could put all your pressure and weight on it, and it was fine.
And then I knew it let go.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing. All right. Would you like to share anything else, Shana?
Yeah. As you go through this practice, be gentle with yourself. Always be gentle on yourself. Non-judgmental. Send yourself love and gratitude, because you're the best thing that happened in this life. So why not take care of you, right? So be grateful, be gentle, and send yourself always love to that which you're healing.
Awesome. And how can people get a hold of you?
So, phone number?
Yeah. You're open to
Yep.
that?
Phone
Okay.
number, email. So, Shana, Beshana 7777. There are 4 7. So, Shana7777 @gmail.com. The Cocoon Space on Instagram, or phone number 602-570-6266.
Great. And we'll be starting a website for you so people can find you easier, probably in books.
Yeah.
Book time with you to come out to
Okay.
the tea house or to your private retreat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
That website's created, it's just not published.
Okay. Step 2. Okay. Thank you, Shana.
Gratitude. Thank you. Thank you.